Okay.
Hi, my name is Josh Myers. I'm a long-distance backpacker. I've currently got about 41 to 4,200 miles of backpacking experience. I recently did the Appalachian Trail. I've been to Costa Rica numerous times where I've backpacked through their country. Um, Backpack slash busing, but busing just to other national parks and spending the day, week, 2 weeks in the park, and actually going through the jungle and kind of just going off trail and finding my way through the jungle, experiencing all the wildlife that they've had. I've seen the tapir, which are an endangered species that are very rarely seen in Costa Rica. They're hard to spot. They're pig-like almost, very big. All the monkeys, had monkeys come into my camp and try to steal all of my gear and playing with all my stuff. Um, that was in Corcovado in the Osa Peninsula down in the southwestern side of Costa Rica.
So what's the name of the park?
Parque Nacional Corcovado. Parque, I believe. My Spanish isn't the best, but then from there I went up to the tallest mountain, which was what do they call it? Cerro Chorripo, which is I believe it was 16,000 feet. It takes you roughly
16,000.
sixteen
Did you
thousand.
bag that?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. It was. There's a trail that goes to the top.
It's not a technical climb.
There were some technical parts, just hand over hand climbing over and scrambles and stuff. But it was you started at 3,000 feet, I believe it was, and then went all the way to the top. And it takes normal person 3 to 4 days. I got up in 2 days. Went up. You have to acclimatize at the ranger station, because by the time you make it to the ranger station, it was, I think, 14 miles. And you have to spend the night at the ranger station, because the time you get there, it's getting dark and everything. You don't have enough time to go up the rest of the way. And I believe that was at 14,000 feet, so you still had over 2,000 feet to climb to the top. So the next morning I got up and I went up and summited and hung out on top of Costa Rica for the whole day. It's the tallest mountain in Costa Rica, so that
Now,
was...
is that alpine? I guess it's alpine up there, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah, it was,
snow
there was
covered,
glacial
or-
ponds and alpine shrub and everything, so it was absolutely phenomenal there. From there I went over to, I actually walked to the Caribbean side. Gosh, what was that town called? I can't remember the name of the town that I was in, but it was a Caribbean style town with a national park there. Beautiful beaches. The snorkeling was absolutely amazing. You could see for hundreds of feet in the water. There was one of the last living coral reefs there, which most of it had been destroyed by the earthquakes that happened a couple of years ago, and they destroyed most of the living coral. So the beaches are just scattered with coral, all sorts of monkeys. Actually, was swimming and I was surfing off of one of the beaches, and there's a river that empties into it, and actually saw a saltwater crocodile in the water by me while I was surfing. And I never thought I would be, have the fear of being attacked by a crocodile in the ocean surfing. It's more of a shark thought,
Right.
but that was there. There I spent a couple days in the capital, San Juan. Gosh, I don't remember the name of the capital. I think it was San Juan, and it's just any metropolitan city. It's huge, it's dirty, it smells. It's not a fun place. So I only spent like 2 or 3 days there getting resupplying up for my trips. And I went over to Dominical, which is one of the top surfing places in Costa Rica. And I'm also a surfer, so I went there, of course, to hit the waves for a couple days and get my butt kicked by these giant swells coming. I think there were 12-foot waves when I was there.
Now, that's on the Gulf side, or on the
No, that was on
Pacific
the
side?
Pacific side.
I see.
Yeah. So I was getting all those swells coming off. Beautiful over there. It was a real laid-back feeling. Lots of surfers from the U.S. there. It was really Americanized. A lot of Americans owned a lot of the shops and everything, because they retired that were surfers and went there to open up their surf businesses and just live the easy life. But very safe there. Never had any problem. Actually, I had an umbrella picked off of my backpack. I had an umbrella hanging off of it, and
So you can just wander around the country and you feel comfortable the whole
Yeah.
time?
Yup.
How did you find your way around? How did you find the different places? Is it
Um,
maps or information?
I
or
used Lonely Planet's backpacking guide. They make
to Costa Rica
Yeah.
specifically. I see. Okay,
Yeah, they make
great.
them for, I forgot there's how many countries, but there's hundreds of countries that
Oh
they
my
do the
goodness.
books for, and they
That's
tell
good
you,
information.
yeah, they tell you the bus schedules, the fares, what to expect, where the embassy is in case you do run into trouble, places to stay, if they're negotiable, if they're clean, if they're friendly, if it's a safe place. They tell you safe places not to go, at certain times,
Uh-huh.
which anywhere in the world is not safe at night usually, walking
Right.
around by yourself with anything of that.